Good evening. Welcome along to SPtv. My name is Jilly and I haven't been on for a little while, but I got invited back by Veronica on behalf of SPtv and Richard to bring you an evening of feathers. I originally thought because I don't listen very well, there would just be a couple of people want to know what I do about feathers, and then she said, no, it's SPtv. So here I am, and I'm delighted, absolutely delighted. So what I'm going to do this evening is I'll just tell you a little bit about what I do with the feathers firstly. Must have been about 5-6 years ago when I was doing a reading for someone. I picked up a feather and started using it while I was working, and someone asked me and said, what is it you do with the feathers? And before I knew it, lots of information started coming out. So then I started using more and more in my readings and figured out that the colour meant something, the shape meant something. If it was patterned, that meant something as well. And now I get sent feathers from everyone from all over the place. I have wild turkey feathers from Canada. I have crow feathers from a Native American Indian. I have goose feathers from 2 geese in Harrogate called Goose Willis and Goose Lee. I have feathers from New Zealand, all over the place. In fact, one lady knocked at my door one day with a handful of swan feathers because she thought I would love it. And she had been going around our local country park chasing a really nasty big swan called Jock, who doesn't give up his feathers very easily. Just so that he would drop one. She followed him round saying, please just give me a feather for the feather lady. So I have one of Jock's feathers as well. So what we're going to do this evening is using colour, because you can use colour in mediumship. It can influence the reading and tell me a little bit about you and help spirit to come in. And the colour will mean something. It will bring an emotion, or it can bring a name. It can bring something that's gone on in your life. So what we're going to do is we're going to get Richard. I can't see them on the screen, Richard, any comments, but yeah, that's okay. Richard's actually laughing. He says, I was waiting on you finishing talking, which you'll wait a while, Richard, so don't hold your breath, okay, because I do like to talk. So what Richard's going to do is he's going to put up a picture of the feathers on the screen. Hi, Lauren. And what we'll do is, if you can all start looking at the feathers, and if you just say top row, and blue, green, black, or bottom row, red, striped, thin one, and I will be drawn to someone and I will give you a reading using that feather. Usually when I come on, I have my partner with me, Norma, and unfortunately because of COVID, we're not allowed to sit together, so we can't do it, but we normally do psychic art. So this is just something else that I do, so it'll be a little bit different. So I'm just going to say hello to some people and welcome you all on, especially anyone that's not seen me before. So hello, Shelley Hawkins. I hope you're having a warmer day than I'm having. I have about 2 foot of snow. Hi, Hesval. Hello, I know that name. Hello, everyone. Hope you're well. Kim. Hello, Kim. If you've got snow where you are, I hope you're enjoying it. Hi, Terry. Oh, hello. You've missed us both. I'll pass that on to Norma. She'll be happy to hear that. Hello, Alison. Lovely to see you. We have lots of snow. A lot of talented and gifted people here. Hello, Blueberry. I have many talents. Hello, Hazel. Some of which we can't speak about. Christine, hi there. Nice to see you, Christine. I know that you watch SPtv. Oh, lovely, Rhonda. Hello. Oh, your doggy's in the snow. I'll bet that's a recent photograph, Rhonda. Hi, Pamela. Good evening. I hope you're well. I bet Pamela's got snow as well. All the people that are up our way. Deborah, hello. I think we're set to get more snow, actually. And Diamond Deb, what a name. Good evening. Hope you're well. Hello, Wendy. Liked and shared. That's what we like. Like and share, everyone, because that spreads the word about what we do. Hi, Sue. Hope you're having a great evening. Hope the weather's either really snowy and you're loving it or it's nice. Loretta Rose, hi there. Okay, hi Lacey Marr, I know that name as well. What a lovely picture. Vitrina, like that. First time watching. Well, you're in for a treat, Vitrina, because you're going to see the feather lady work tonight. That's what I get called, the feather lady. Hi Kirsty. Oh, you have to dig your partner out at 5 this morning. I had to get dug out twice yesterday, Kirsty. Our car got stuck twice. Hey, may I get a reading? Keep watching. keep watching and keep liking and sharing, and you never know, you just might get a reading, okay? So, hi, Daniela. So what I'm going to do is, if you can all have a look at the feathers that I've brought along this evening, and I've got them set out in exactly the same positions as you will see them on the screen, okay? Hi, Kelly. On chat, big love to everyone in the chat. Hello, everyone in the chat from Kelly. So if you start having a look at the feathers and see which ones you're drawn to, and I will pick someone to give them a reading. So if you just start having a look at the colours and put top row blue or bottom row stripy or top row pink, and I'm going to get drawn to someone. It's just a little bit of a lottery this evening. Hi, Mary Dixie. Oh, what a good picture of you, Mary. That's a really nice picture of you. Looks like it was taken in warmer, summerier days. Is that a good word, summerier? Is that even a word, Richard? I don't think it is. I'm pretty excited to watch. Never seen anything like this. Vitrina, you're laughing at me, Richard. Summary is a great word. I'm going to use it all. It's going to go in the dictionary now. I think it's a great word. Summerier. Summary, yeah. Vitrina, summerier, summary, more warmer. Let's go with that. More warmer climes. Anyway, Vitrina, what we do is we just let you pick a colour. So if you just get some colours up, and as soon as I start seeing the comments coming up with the colours, I will be drawn to someone. Yeah, I can't see them, Richard. So you just can't get this done. Here we go. Here comes the colours, okay? Yeah, I know, that's okay. I don't mind. Let's just go as quick as we possibly can. Bottom row red, blueberry. Okay, right, blueberry, bottom row red. This is the one that you've picked, okay? And the magic thing about this one is it tells me an awful lot about you, okay? So blueberry, as I'm looking at your name, can't see a picture, don't know anything about you. I definitely have a gentleman pulling forward who said, I knew she'd pick the red. I knew she'd pick the red, which is quite funny because you've got blue in your name, but tells me a lot about you because the second word says berry, and I think of berries as being red. So, okay, let's go with it. Now, the gentleman that's coming forward for you, as soon as I connect into this gentleman, my mouth feels very watery, as though this person would have had sickness before he passed away, or felt sick, nauseous, sick before he passes to spirit. So blueberry, if you can answer me as quickly as you possibly can, yes, no, don't know, what you're answering to would be really helpful as well. Yes, I understand the man, or no, I don't, and then I'll get down to the colour on your feather. As I connect into this gentleman, I am pulled to one of my, it's like one side of my body. I know it's hard to believe it, I can still feel my ribs, but I'm drawn to my rib cage. So I know that either he did, or you would understand the person around you who had pain in the side or pain down one side. Yay, happy you got a reading. So I know that I have to give you that. However, the red, okay here, brilliant. The red colour tells me that there has been a lot of fears or phobias around yourself and your family. I know that there was a lot of worry about someone before they passed to spirit, but not just worry, it bordered on fear of loss, wondering about how it was going to happen or when it was going to happen. So I feel that you guys would have watched someone slowly get worse, watched them become more and more ill as the time went on, okay? How funny is that? This lovely spirit person has just said to me something about someone going on a date or not wanting to go on a date. So there would be an issue round about you where someone thought about going on a date, but maybe did that whole swipe left thing or swipe right. I don't know. I've never been on one, but I know that's what they do. So I have to give you, yeah, a lot of fears. Okay. Now, with the fears that come in, it would be about being on your own or meeting the wrong person as well. I feel there's been a lot of issues about either a partnership within the family that went wrong, or fear of being left on your own, worry, sadness, that kind of thing, okay? But with the red as well, I have to tell you, whenever anyone picks the red feather, it talks about fear of loss, fear of going through grief again. It's like we know how this feels and we don't want to ever have to go through it again. I feel fear of other things, of not having a plan or not knowing what's going to go ahead of us, what's going to happen, okay? Come on then. I also have to talk about the month of April for either a birthday, a memorial or a passing or something, or an anniversary of some kind, but I want to give you that month as well. I also feel someone would have had the headaches because I have a lot of pain in this side of my head, so I know someone would have had a bad headache. Now, with the red feather that you chose, the great thing about this one is it's actually 2. So that tells me there are 2 things that you've had fear about. And I feel quite tragic and quite sad with this. I feel there's been one thing after another, or 2 great losses, 2 great sadnesses that have affected you and perhaps a few people around you, Blueberry, okay? I hope you can understand this, okay? So what I would have to say to you is, never, ever, ever will you got a call. So have I just been talking to myself for 5 minutes here? How lovely. How lovely. Oh no. Right. Yes, I give too much to keep the person. Yep. Right. You're with me now. That must have been a minute ago. I thought, have I just been speaking to myself? Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I'll just wind it up. I'll just wind it up. Okay, you can always watch this back on replay because I can't go back over it. They've given it out and that's it gone. Okay, so what I would have to say to you is, a lot of people tell you when you're scared of something, face the fear, embrace what you're scared of. But in your case, I would say no, because it's too scary. You need to gently face your fears, not just grasp it and get on with it. Some people give out what they think is great advice, but sometimes a one-size-fits-all doesn't matter when it comes to these things. You need to go at this gently, not just throw yourself at whatever it is that's scaring you or whatever it is you're scared to face, okay? Take your time and don't go too fast because other people are telling you you have to. You saw that, that's great. That's good. I thought we'd lost you for a minute, Blueberry. Okay, I hope you enjoy the reading. This lady's just folding her arms, really quite, quite strict actually. I feel her standing beside me, quite strict. I wouldn't mess with her for anything. But I know that she's very much in awe of you at this moment. That's the word that she's given me. She's in awe of you about how you're coping with things, although you don't feel it yourself. So I'm going to leave that with you, and I'll get some names up. When I work with the feathers, it's almost like speed dating for psychics. Next, because that's just how I work with the feathers. It means that, top of green, keep going. What it means is more and more people can get a reading when I do it this way, so you've got a good chance of getting a reading tonight, okay? Sally Worker, purple, because your face was purple and you said purple, and I'm going to go with the purple. Okay, hi Sally, I hope you're well. I hope this is the purple one that you wanted. I'll just show you up close so you can see the purple. It matches your face, okay? Not literally, but in your picture, you've got a lovely filter on there. So Sally, I'm just going to have a little look at your picture in a minute, okay? Okay, Sally, the word that I'm getting from Spirit is that you would understand someone, and I'll get to who it is. You would understand someone, Sally, who was in or has been in, and it doesn't have to be you, but around about you, who was in a bit of dire straits for a while there. And I feel they had, all the resources were gone. Either they didn't know where to turn to for help, or they were having a little bit of financial issue. But I definitely feel like someone got themselves into a little bit of dire straits and didn't know where to turn, or got themselves in quite a state about things, okay? This would be going back over this last year or this last 18 months anyway, that I have to give you this, okay? The whole time that I'm talking to you, I'm very aware that someone is pulling forward who, again, I have excruciating pain going across my head. So I know this is either aneurysm, stroke, brain condition. It could even just be migraines, but it's quite a it's making me confused, quite a pain going through the head that would affect in that way within the brain, okay? So I have to give you that, okay? The lady that's stepping forward from me, I'm just being really aware that I have to look at your smile, because I feel you have her smile, or you are the same as her from the nose down. She's telling me from the nose down, we look the same across the mouth and the nose, okay? So she's very glad to make herself known and present herself. Okay, she's confused. She tilts her head to the side, but yeah, she can take that, that's fine. She tilts her head to the side like she's confused about what's going on just now within your life or within the family. What is going on? What is happening? There's a confusion about how someone's behaving or someone's attitude or how they're reacting to things. It's out of character. Maybe this is you, Sally. Maybe you are eventually changing your ways to stand up to people, and it's out of character and people don't like what they're getting now. They're maybe getting, that's your mum. She's a nice mum. I'll tell you, she's a nice mum, Sally. Okay. She's just said to me, Sally, tell them a stitch in time saves 9. So I know that someone needs to repair something, take something up, a hem, sew on a button, fix a zip, but the kind of person, they would maybe just throw it out. If it needs repaired, throw it out. But she would never have done this. She would have gotten out a button box and sewn on a button, or found a needle and thread and fixed something. But she's saying, never throw things out, use them, get the best out of things, okay? The lady is telling me about some kind of fashion that you wore when you were younger. You were quite the fashion diva. Not a diva, she's not a diva. Your mum's just laughing about what you wore when you were younger and you thought you were the bee's knees, but looking back now. But there must be a photograph of you, Sally, with either the flower on the bag or the flowery bag, or a jacket that was quite bright, because she brings this in, okay? Okay. I'm putting my foot down at last. I'm glad to hear it. We're all asserting ourselves this year. 2021 is the year to do it, okay? Now, she's crossing her fingers, okay? She's crossing her fingers. So I know that she's saying, good luck, I've got everything crossed for you. So there would be something coming up in your life that, oh, I'm a bit, you know, a bit of trepidation about this, but I'm going to go for it. And she is saying, Sally, go for it. You can do it. Now, she is singing the song, Sally. I'm not even going to attempt to sing it because it's quite high, but it is an old sort of black and white film song, Sally. She is singing that to you quite loudly, actually, and she's humming away in the background. I can hear that. She flattens down a dress or a skirt. She flattens it down. She likes things to look nice. And with this lady, as she comes forward, I feel my tummy isn't right. There's something going wrong with my tummy. But she's telling you, you've got to watch your tummy as well, Sally, because there's a little bit of pain there in the stomach or in the gut. Okay. Now the purple feather had a green satin suit. Oh, we're going to need to see the proof of that. Wow, that sounds amazing. But yeah, that'll be what she's talking about, because it really is quite spectacular. What really different, really different. The purple feather that you've chosen, Sally, actually tells me that, and I don't know what you do or what your connections are, but she does give me the feeling that you do have a psychic connection or a spiritual connection, aside from going on here, of your own, and an ability of your own. Perhaps you dabble a little bit in cards, or you feel spirit around you, but I know for sure that you feel this lady around you. I know for sure that you do. She talks about going into your kitchen and taking something off the stovetop or off the hob, but taking it off. So I don't know, Sally. Oh, is that why she's got the pain there? Okay, thank you, Sally, for confirming that. Sally, she talks about something being left on the stovetop. You remember that's there. So I don't know if you would understand where someone's left something sitting on the top of a cooker, and it's, oh my goodness, maybe gotten distracted on your phone. I do that. but something definitely getting left on top of the stovetop and someone going, oh, running through. She's removing things off the stovetop. It's either that or you've got something sitting on it and she's put it away, put it away. So I wouldn't argue with your mum. Just do what mum tells you, okay? As for the purple feather, again, just pulling me back into the purple feather, you would really need to explore that side of you, the spiritual side of you. Not just spiritual as in I've got a good attitude and I like spiritual things, but really delve into it, Sally. Really see what you can come up with. Because it's great getting a reading from someone and it's great getting involved with things like this, but it is really interesting, all the different things that you can do when you learn about it for yourself. So I would thoroughly encourage it if you've not already decided to do that. Mum wants to march you forward. Yes, I can feel it around it. I caught my roux sauce last week. They are the worst for sticking. When you make a roux, you have to keep that working, Sally. I'm very good at making that. I need to tell you that Mum is marching you forward into April, where she's saying to me, time is flying. Time is flying. So when it comes to April, you'll be able to catch your breath. You'll be able to sit down more. You'll be able to feel more yourself. But you really need to feel the sunshine on your face. That's what that lady is telling you. You need the sunshine on your face. This cold, dark nights are no use for you whatsoever, okay? So get out in the sunshine and feel her around you outside as well. She just was making me aware of sitting outside with you as well. You know, you can feel spirit around you, whether you're inside, outside, whether it's a warm day, a cold day, you can sense them around. But I see you sitting in a garden or on a low chair looking at spring flowers and feeling Mum around you. So let us know. Let us know. And do send me a picture of the green satin suit. Sounds right up my street, okay? Thank you very much, Sally. I hope you can enjoy that little reading this evening. And take your mum's love and blessings. So we'll get some more names up. Like I say, when I work with the feathers, usually when I do colours and feathers, hi Heidi, lovely to see you. When I do a one-to-one reading, I bring in spirit, then I give you a 3-card reading, then I give you 2 feathers, hi Vitrina, then I also give you one of my little flower thing, my little flower stone readings, okay? So the feather is really to back up what I've already given you in a private reading. So you're getting a little bit of that, okay? Good. Kay Brown, you want the rainbow one? Okay, let's go to Kay Brown, okay? You'll notice I'm sort of peering backwards here. These are new glasses and I'm really having an awful trouble getting used to them. So if I look like I'm staring at you very weirdly, it's just new glasses, okay? Kay Brown, the feather that you've chosen, the rainbow one, that's a really interesting one, okay? So I'm just going to have a little look at you, Kay Brown, okay? It is a beautiful feather, okay? Now, as I bring in the rainbow feather for you, Kay, it's actually, oh, right, okay, here comes someone coming from spirit, okay? I feel like I've got someone coming forward, Kay, that went, in their words, not mine, too soon, went too soon. So I don't feel that they were extremely young, but I definitely feel far too young to go to spirit. I don't feel they reached a good old age. I really, really don't. There's a sense of frustration with this. I could have done so much more. I could have been around a lot longer, okay? Okay, you all right? So the feather that you've chosen is chakra. It's called chakra. They all have different names. This one's called chakra because it's all the colours of the chakra. And that tells me that you're a little bit out of balance at this moment in time and you could do with being calmer or more centred. Perhaps you do meditation and you're getting all that together. Perhaps you're getting your stuff together and you're more centred, more calm than the people around you. But I definitely know that when I get this feather chosen for someone, it's about centering, becoming calmer, grounding, sorting out your life and getting all your pieces in your life put together beautifully, okay? Now, I know that I have a man stepping forward for you, okay? And I know I know that he's given a link to an Elvis song. I don't know which Elvis song, and I'm not saying he was a great Elvis fan. The Wonder of You, that's what he's singing, when no one else can understand you. So I feel this gentleman would have really understood you, or you would have understood him, and had quite a connection. This could be father or grandfather, okay? So I'm just going to bring in this lovely soul for you, okay? He is showing me the end of October, start of November for either the birthday, passing, or anniversary. It's either that or someone's got a great love for Halloween and all things spooky, let's put it that way, because he's being a bit of a character, and he showed me a very old-fashioned gravestone with RIP on it. And so for me, that's Halloween, round about that time. Ah, yes, the chakras, you've got it now, okay? So I know that he's taught, I am slowly, yes. Do everything slowly, Kay. Nobody has to rush to get their life together. Everything slowly. People rush to get their lives together. There's no need. We've got plenty time. Okay, so he definitely gives me Halloween or round about that time, okay? I see him showing me a uniform, and I know that either you or very close within your circle would know someone that was either in the police, the fire, the ambulance, or some kind of service like that, because he speaks on a walkie-talkie. Now, it doesn't have to be him. He's just relaying what we see round about you somewhere, okay? There would also have been someone that has a history, like they would have known some big event that happened, a tragedy that would have been in a newspaper. This is really a bizarre reading. I've never had anything like this before. It's okay if you don't understand who he is. I'm not fussed about that, because I'm pretty sure if you talk to people round about you, they'll go, oh, I know what that is, okay? So I have to give you that as well, okay? He is talking about where there's a lot of sweeties. Someone either has a very sweet tooth, or has one of these drawers that you pull out and there's loads of sweeties and chocolate and crisps in it, because he pulls a drawer open. He particularly shows me like fruitellas, fruit pastels, all sorts of things, chewy sweeties. So I don't know if this was him that liked them or you're the one that likes them, but he does talk about the sweet tooth round about you, okay? So I'm going to go to the orange colour on this feather, and okay, so I want to talk about the solar plexus area. So I know that there is a lot of trying to use your gut instinct to figure something out just now, okay? When you use your gut instinct, sometimes it's better than your heart or your head. Everyone thinks that your heart rules your head, or your head rules your heart. I always go with gut instinct, because it has a reaction. Your stomach lurches, you get butterflies in your tummy. It's a very good guide to what you should or shouldn't do. And I know that somewhere round about you just now, someone's stomach is doing flips, a little bit worried or a little bit stressed or a little bit upset at this moment in time, okay? The gentleman is talking about the name James. So I know that in your family, there would be the Jim, the James, Jamie, but a name like that as well, okay? He's actually surprised you picked the rainbow feather. That's okay. It doesn't matter if I don't mind if you don't know who it is. I'm just going to give you have the sweet tooth. Okay, that's fine. He definitely knows you. He could be related. Oh no, here we go. He's related to the father for you. He said the father, because I'm trying to figure out which side of your family he's on. So I know that he's on father's side. Okay. So he relates directly into there. All right, okay. And he talks about the person that had difficulty hearing or a poorly ear. I definitely can't hear properly. I know that I feel like my head's underwater and I can't hear properly, okay? So we go to the orange chakra and we talk about a stomach problem as well, where someone would have to watch their diet. Perhaps there's something upsets the tummy, but he just showed me someone who had to take aspirin to either thin the blood or for inflammation. So I will give you that as well. So, okay, I'm just going to leave that with you because you're not too sure who he is, but that's okay. He knows you, and you can go and tell your family or people close to you you don't know much about that side, you can ask your dad. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. But please go and ask, because he just gave me the name Robert as well. Okay, he just gave me Robert as well. I'm going to leave that with you. Thank you very much for listening, and just keep eating the sweeties. I'm not going to say to you, they're telling you to quit the sweeties, because I would be a hypocrite if I did that. Okay, and we'll go on to the next person. Okay, we'll just see who we've got coming up now. I wonder who'll pick my favourite colours. Favourite colours, okay. Hello, Desiree. Top row turquoise, okay. I think you mean this one, okay, so we'll go with Lauren, okay. I think this is the one you mean, Lauren. It looks turquoise, but it's actually quite green. The only other one on the top row, and it's blue, so it's definitely not that one, so it has to be this one, okay. So we'll go with this one, all right. Okay, Lauren, so when anyone picks this feather talks to me about someone in spirit who went with a heart condition. So I know that someone had either angina, a heart attack, or problems in the heart area. It may not have been what they were diagnosed with, but definitely added to their passing. Perhaps they had another condition, but this definitely was the one that got to them, okay? I definitely have pain in that area now as well, so I know that I'm coming in with that for you, okay? Now, looking at you, okie dokie, they're talking about how there was a period in time where I feel you couldn't get your head up. I feel quite a lowness in the mood, quite sad and quite disappointed with people round about you, okay? Now, the lady that's stepping forward telling me this, I could literally feel her pat me on the back and say, that's right, you tell her that we know about it. She tries to plump up pillows underneath someone's head. So I know that someone needed a lot of looking after before they went back to spirit, okay? Perhaps they lay in a bed for a while, or perhaps they were in a care home or a hospital setting. But I definitely get the feeling that someone needed help with their health. It wasn't a quick passing. That's the one. That's good. I've got the right feather. Okay, so in a hospital setting, a care setting, or at home in bed, someone would have had the need for people to come in and maybe just plump up their pillows and just help them a little bit, okay? She now shows me a clock and tells me someone is always running late, or there is, okay, perhaps someone doesn't like late people and can't stand it when people are late, but I definitely feel that someone is always late, Lauren, okay? Okay, now she also brings in a connection to jewellery, and I rarely get jewellery in a reading, because I think it's, you know, it can come up quite a lot. So I kind of stopped that happening for a while, but I definitely get the feeling that jewellery is important. There is something specific that she talks about that was left, that was hers, or it's still around, okay? You have to disregard something that has been said to you that was upsetting. I feel someone said something a bit harsh or a bit, you know, thoughtless, because the words that the lady gives me is disregard it, Lauren, just disregard it. You've not to think about what was said or how it was said, okay? Hurtful words. That's what I feel, really hurtful words, okay? She's just pointed out to me the name William, which might have been changed to Bill or Billy or Will, but I definitely get the William. That's definitely there as well, okay? She's talking about the soles of someone's feet not being right. It's like I get pain, or they might have something that needs removed, but definitely going to the soles of the feet, okay? Now, I don't know if you did, sounds like my nan and the auntie has the jewellery. Okay, that's fine. She also talks about how there's just such an unfairness going on here. I feel that someone's family doesn't treat everyone the same. Like, we're all one family, but someone perhaps favours someone else over the other, okay? She also shows me The child that went to the dancing lessons, whether it was modern, ballet, tap, jazz, not sure what it is, but I definitely see a child in a leotard and little pumps on their feet going to the dancing. So this might have been you, but she's talking about someone who danced around or liked to dance. I'm not saying they made a career of it, but definitely something to do with dancing, okay? She also talks about the person who is very animal-minded, who would love all animals, hate, well, I think we can say everyone hates cruelty to animals, but someone who is really an advocate or really hates it, really can't stand it, okay? There is also something a bit spiritual about you. There's a link coming in that I had similar in the reading before, where perhaps if I sat you down to some crystals or some cards, you'd maybe be interested in them or be able to do something with them, or you'd be interested in learning about them. So I have to give you that, okay? With the green feather that you've chosen, that green always talks about the heart. So it can come in for me as heart attack or problem with the heart as an illness, but it can also come into me where someone has had their heart broken. Someone has walked across someone's heart with big boots on and not been very careful of their feelings. I feel a little bit disappointed in someone in a family as well, or within a partnership. I feel disappointed. They either don't step up or they are not as nice as they could be, but I have to tell you that as well, okay? There's also a name like, I can't decide if it's Elizabeth and we get Beth, or it's Becca or Eliza, but there's the dancing says my cousin that goes to Dublin. I'm a massive animal lover, that's fine. So I'm going to throw in the name either Elizabeth, Beth, Becca, Becky, Bex, but there's a name like that as well, okay? There would also be a Harry Potter fan, and I know you can say a lot of people like Harry Potter, but then you've got really, really big Harry Potter fans and people who just like watching the movies. So you can decide which one it is, but I definitely get the Harry Potter link, okay, where someone would be into that, or the name Harry would be significant as well, because I can hear that getting shouted in, okay? Okay. Nana's talking about her job, what she did or what she had to do. So she talks about what she had to do, and it's almost like I had to do it. I had to do it. But I get a very caring feeling about this lady, very caring feeling, and she's doing something with her hands as well. I'm not sure what she's doing. Could be folding something. I don't know if you've been folding something lately, but she shows me things being organised in a house. Either, you know, when you do that mad thing when you decide, I'm going to get up and I'm going to clean out all the cupboards today, and then halfway through you sit down and think, oh, why did I start this? Why on earth did I start this? I get the feeling that someone around you has been doing this, thought, well, you know, we're in lockdown, I'll start cleaning out the cupboards, but halfway through they've thought better of it and taken a deep breath and thought, oh no. But there's a lot of folding going on, either loads of washing getting put away, or someone would have lots to put away, but definitely a lot of folding going on, changing things, okay? So if this is not you, it would be another female in the family, okay? Another female in the family that's doing this, Lauren, okay? There would also be either the caring or the nursing or the medical person somewhere in the family also, because she shows me the sign for the carer in the family, okay? She also wants to say mum to you. So I'm not sure where we're going with the mum connection, but she definitely says mum, okay? Maybe she's the carer, I don't know, but she definitely pulls me into the mum connection, okay? So Lauren, lady's just bringing in daffodils for you. Daffodils for me are a sign of upliftment, new beginnings, a fresh start. I know that the year starts in January, but for me, my year always starts in April, when everything's new, coming out of the ground. We're coming out of winter and the birds are singing, nests are getting made, baby chicks are being born. So new beginnings for you in April as well, where things will begin to look up and be brighter. Okay, so I'm going to leave that with you, Lauren, and I hope you can understand that. Okay, thank you. We'll go on to the next person. We're just going to whiz through you all tonight and see where we go. That's the green that I've just done. Let me just have a lookie. We'll just go through. white with gold tip, Michelle Rhodonite. Okay, Michelle. Let me just have a look at this. This is the feather that Michelle has chosen. Okay. And I'm quite happy that you're drawn to the hot pink one as well. Okay. Well, we'll just do it anyway. Okay, that's the hot pink one. Okay. So Michelle. Okay. Again, female coming through for you, Michelle. Okay. And she is talking about the person who had dark hair or brown hair, definitely not a blonde person, but she shows me dark hair or someone who has changed their hair. It would have been light, now it's dark, or it was dark and now it's light, but I'm drawn to the dark hair that she talks about. There must be a picture of this lady with her hair beautiful, but I feel it's a black and white picture and it's just a headshot, like a profile picture, but this is going back some time. It's definitely black and white that this lady shows me, okay? She also talks about where tests got done. Lots and lots of tests got done. So I know there would have been occasions where someone had to get their blood tests done. They're looking for things in the blood, checking things in the blood. So either for this lady or for yourself round about you, that would be significant. You would know what that is, okay? Now, with the feather that you chose, this one, okay, this one talks about clarity, knowing what you want and going for it. It's about making your mind up, being resolute, being sincere and determined and getting your way with things. So if you've not been like this, this is the year to do it. This is the year to do it, okay? Because you've picked a feather that means, I know what I want, I'm going to have it, I'm going after it. Now, it could be a house, it could be a job, it could just be putting my foot down and being more assertive in life, but definitely, Michelle, go for whatever you want. This is the year to do it, okay? This is all about golden thoughts, okay? Because you've got your white feather, pure thoughts, thinking about yourself for once, at last. It's all about you this year, okay? This is going to be all about you this year. Not about anyone else, not about the family, what they want, what they need, all about you. And this lady comes forward saying, absolutely, absolutely, it's about time, okay? Because I feel that someone has made you put them first, or you have put them first quite a lot, okay? It's almost as though she's showing me that you've put yourself out for others, but not really got much back, okay? Now, someone has had their eye on what you do, or been watching carefully what you do, okay? Maybe it's with wonder and awe, but just be careful that it's not someone who likes a lot of the ideas that you might come up with, because I feel you can be quite resourceful when you want to be, really quite resourceful. Again, the feather that you've chosen is all about clear thinking, okay? Clear thinking, having golden thoughts, because the gold tip at the top here represents up high in the head, golden thoughts. Everything I think is going to be golden from now on. Great ideas. But just be careful, Michelle, because it also talks to me about, and I'm asking the lady if she can just verify this, it also talks to me about where wires have been crossed. Perhaps there's been a little bit of miscommunication. Perhaps there's been a few crossed wires, or someone has taken something that's been said the wrong way. Perhaps you've been misunderstood, or you've misunderstood someone and it hasn't been meant. But once these things are said, they're very, very difficult to take back. But I definitely feel there's been crossed wires somewhere where people have perhaps rubbed each other up a little bit the wrong way. Now, as I speak here, the lady draws me to the month of July for either birthday, passing, or anniversary. So I know that July would connect into the family somewhere. She also gives me the number 5. I can see that quite clearly. The number 5. So there would either be 5 in a family, the 5th of a month, but 5 would be significant somewhere in your family vibration for something, okay? She talks as well about, okay, there you go. She also talks about, again, someone passing away in a bed, but I know they don't go on their own. I know that they have people round them, and she makes me feel like I can see people with me. I know that I'm not going to go on my own, okay? So I have to give you that. Now, I'll just quickly tell you a little about the pink one. This pink one, a lot of people pick this one because, oh, it's pink. And it might represent love. It might represent feelings, deep emotions, but not for me. This pink feather represents fakery and people who are not true, because it's not a soft pink. It's almost, it's not true. It's just not true. That's what it means for me. Okay, so I know that when someone picks this feather, that there have perhaps been a few fake people round about you who have not been who they made out that they were. Perhaps it's people who pretended to be a friend or promised things and then didn't come through with them. So it leads to disappointment. But I know that when this one gets picked, the person picking it is sick to death of fakeness. If you say you're going to do something, please do it. That's what this means, okay? It's also about fakery, as in people who wouldn't necessarily, you would not be drawn to them. Perhaps they're not your kind of people. So you put a bit of a, keep your circle small and a certain kind of friend round about you, okay? There's 5 of us, 4, 7, 3, she's talking about me and my sister with crossed wires, her birthday's July. Okay, that's fine, Michelle, so you can understand all that, I'm glad. But just watch out for this one, because it does talk to me about where not everyone round about you, Michelle, is your friend. And I do feel that you've been very trusting. You've maybe told a friend something very deep or personal and they've not kept it to themselves. I feel perhaps you don't trust someone anymore, but you need to watch out about fakery, people round about you who are not who they say they are. I call them smiling assassins, because they smile at you like they've got your best intentions, but actually you find out they're not really as true as they pretend that they are, okay? So if you just watch out for that, Michelle. I'm just going to ask them for another thing for you, because she's not going to go. We'll just find out what she's saying, okay? She also talks about someone, it's like new shoes or new trainers, sneakers, new shoes, she's saying, or someone that would be really fussy about shoes, doesn't like it if they get dirty, you know, has to keep them clean and very smart. So she's laughing about this, saying, not in this weather, not in this weather, okay? There would be a love of sunshine as well. She puts a great big sun over someone and tells me they do much better in the summer. They don't like the winter and the dark nights and the dark skies and the cold weather. They don't like that at all, okay? Okay, I'm not sure if you can understand this, but she did say Michael or Mike or Mikey. So that name would be in there somewhere as well. Okay, I'm just going to see what else she's got for me here. Someone needs to just keep out of your business, because I was very aware there that she touched the end of my nose. So I know that someone needs to keep out of your business. They would like to interfere or see what you do. Okay, come on then, lady. Okay. Okay, she shows me the letter A, so this is a capital A, so it would mean someone's name that begins with the letter A. Also the month of January. Yes, I've always been very trusting, to try to be more careful now. Good for you. Good for you. Listen to what this lady's saying to you. But the letter A would be significant for a name as well. Okay. She also shows me where someone kept a piece of wedding cake or a christening cake, but kept it, couldn't bring themselves to eat it, or kept it for quite some time, all wrapped up. Now, there's also another wedding thing that's got like tissue over it that's been kept, but it's definitely from a happy, joyous occasion. Michael is your best friend, that's fine, okay. Okay, so I know the name Michael, okay. Perhaps the wedding thing relates to your friend Michael, okay, where in his family someone maybe kept the bit of the wedding cake or kept the christening cake or something like that, okay. Do you know, the whole time I'm seeing the name Michael in front of me, I get a little bit down. I get a little bit down in the dumps. So I feel like the mood can be low sometimes with Michael, and we would need to just check in on Michael and make sure he's okay from time to time. Okay. You're a reflection of each other, Michelle and Michael. It's the same name. You're like two halves of the same coin, okay? And great hilarity, okay? Just take this lady's love. Before I go, she's drawn me to her neck and her throat, so I know that she has a problem there before she passes, either swallowing or breathing, but definitely in the neck and high up in the chest. I want to go to that area there, okay? So that's just her way of confirming who she is to you. Please take her love and know that she is around you and she's watching what you got up to with your friend Michael. I know that for sure. Okay, so we'll just say goodbye to Michelle. Thank you for picking a feather, and I'll see who else I get drawn to. I'm just going to have a sip of water if that's okay, everyone. My throat's getting dry now. Okie dokie. Is there anybody else coming up there? No? Are you there, Richard? Okay. He's there. Okay. That's interesting. I've had some quite interesting things go on as well just now with different things coming up. Hello, Hayley. You need to pick a colour, Hayley. We're all picking colours. If you look at the feathers on the screen and pick from that, the lovely pictures that are up there. Hazel Harrison. Keep going. We're just, hello, Hazel. Bottom row, skinny black. Okay, let's go for it. Bottom row, skinny black. Now, Heidi, I'm not sure if you're looking at this one, because that is really skinny black, or you're on about this one. So what I'm going to do, well, I don't know. Which one do you think she means, fluffy or that? That one, right, okay. Well, yeah, Richard and I are having a little bit of debate here. This is actually orange. Orange. Yeah, I know. It's kind of orange and black, okay? But Heidi will go with this one because this is the one that we're thinking is for you. Put it this way, if you haven't picked this one, Richard and I have. So we're going to go with what we think you should have. So we've decided this is the one that you should have, okay? So Heidi, wow, okay? The big feeling that I get for you is, you know that song, Always Look on the Bright Side of Life, the whistly song, okay? That's what I'm getting coming in. I feel like you try your hardest to always see the good in people, always see the upside, although it can be quite difficult at times. The feeling that I give with this feather, now I'll tell you about the feather, okay? This is a lovely one. I got a whole jar of these sent to me on my birthday. I told you, people send me them from all over the place. And although we know, well, phoenix aren't supposed to be real, they're mythical, but I got a whole jar of phoenix feathers sent to me. And this was the biggest one and the one that I was most drawn to use. Okay, so I'm going to tell you a little bit about this. It's orange and black, okay? So sometimes, Heidi, you need to say to people, back off, because yellow and black, orange and black in nature tells me, oh, that's your song. There you go. Okay, that's great. So sometimes you need to just put up a big warning sign, back off, or I might bite, because I feel you're getting to the stage with someone, Heidi, where your patience is wearing thin. I feel your patience gets tried to the limit sometimes, and you'll go about with your song in your head, always look on the bright side of life, because you're trying hard not to let people get to you, but you're only human. You're only human. Now, okay, I have to give you someone who passed away, and it feels like another brain condition to me, like a stroke or an aneurysm, perhaps a brain tumour, and I get really sad with that. I get great sadness with that. That is how that person passed, because I feel like this is a really I've got flutterings in my chest as well. We'll get to that in a minute, okay? That is not how that person would have wanted to go. In fact, the reason I'm having a bit of problem here is I feel I have two people here, a lady and a man. And one of them would have went with the heart and one of them would have went with the head, because there's like a brain thing and a heart thing. Definitely two conditions, definitely two conditions. As I was speaking to you there, I'm being made aware of someone around you that perhaps has anxiety, because my heart fluttered and I couldn't decide if it was anxiety or excitement. You know, it's funny how the heart does that. It flutters with excitement when you fall in love, but also when you're very, very upset, it flutters with anxiety. You know, it's a queer thing, okay? But anyway, definitely have lady and gentleman stepping forward, and it's as though they're saying, we wouldn't, that's okay, Heidi, don't worry about it. I'm convinced that they're here to speak to you, okay? Okay, now, here we go, I've lost my train of thought now, I have to get them back. Okay, so, okay, we're going to go with the feather. Okay, so Heidi, I definitely get the feeling that someone had a condition that would have compromised their breathing, or your daughter's got the anxiety. So if you can take the song and you can take the other things and you can take the anxiety, then I know the bit in the middle will be there somewhere, okay? So just bear with me. If you can't understand the smoker that's in spirit side, I would be quite surprised, but I definitely feel that I would have a smoker here, and I definitely feel that I have got like a raspiness up in my throat and up high in my body, okay? Definitely a feeling going on in my larynx and my throat, like a dry cough or something like that, okay? So we're getting drawn to talk about your daughter because that's the person that's got the anxiety, okay? So I feel that this has been brought on. This has not just happened because some people get anxiety and it's just how they are. I feel something has happened to make her that way, to make her stressed. Situations, people, life, yeah, the breathing. Then that's, because you're saying yes, the breathing, but you were saying not the lungs or the throat. But to me, that's the same, Heidi. Throat high up in the chest, or raspiness, definitely going on in that area, okay? So what I feel about you and your daughter is both heavy smokers. Well, there you go, okay? So what I have to say, can you understand, please, Heidi, someone who had an odd tooth, without being disrespectful, perhaps one that sat out a bit further, or there's something about the front teeth at the top, okay? That the lady is showing me this. I'm not saying it's for her, but you would understand someone that had a big tooth, and that's what's going on with your daughter. Okay, that's fine. So what I'm going to tell you is, in picking this feather and being drawn to yourself and drawn to your daughter, I feel, and bear with me, you'll get where I'm going with this, a phoenix rises again from the ashes, okay? So just like the phoenix, you and your daughter will perhaps have had to reinvent yourself a few times in life. Perhaps you've had to rethink things, start again, have a good look at things and decide where to go. Perhaps you're in a different position now than you were 10 years ago. Perhaps you're looking to be somewhere in a few years that you're not now, but it's always about adaptation, reinvention, starting again. So I definitely feel that the daughter has had to do this. She's had to have a good look at life and perhaps start again, you know, throw away everything, start again, or had a reason to just get up and go, but definitely reinvention. But I'll show you the beautiful thing about phoenix feathers, and I do this all the time when I'm showing people, you know, life has a way of separating you and pulling you apart and making you quite jaggy. Look at that. Emmerson has one middle tooth and he's very ill. There you go. Okay, so spirit never lie. Okay, sometimes I can put it across wrong, but spirit never get it wrong. Okay, so you know, when life pulls you apart and you're feeling a bit jaded, yeah, definitely like a phoenix. You know, it makes things a little bit jaggy and a little bit all over the place, doesn't it? But the beautiful thing is it's so easy just to put it back together again. So just like a phoenix feather, sometimes you feel like you're falling apart or you're falling in the fire. But the beautiful thing is with one clean sweep, it's all beautiful and back together and just how it should be. So every time you can pick up the pieces, just know that these two lovely people that you now know who they are will come in and help you pick up the pieces, help you put yourself back together again. And it is quite easy to do. And the more you do it, it's like you're becoming an expert. Now, this is what you have to do. We've done this before, okay? I feel sad for your daughter. I really do feel sad for her. I feel like there's been an injustice there or something that's caused her to doubt people, to doubt their honesty or their integrity in some way, okay? I know you're probably going to say no to me, but I have to give you William as well. I can't hide that name. I have to give you William. And these two people in spirit are telling me someone liked to put ketchup on everything. What do you want for your tea? You don't care, but as long as it's got ketchup on it. One of these kids that always put tomato ketchup on things, okay? There's something that you can make or something that you're good at. I don't know if it's baking something or a meal that you make that everybody said, oh, I'm going to make that, it's really great, or whether you craft or design something. But the lady that I've got with me is saying, Heidi's really good at something. She's really, really good at something, okay? She talks about a change of hairstyle is needed, or doing something different with your hair as well. You look different. You look different to her eyes, okay? Where are you going? She brings in a memory, an awful ex-partner, okay? She brings in a memory of, William is a family name, that's good, thank you, of a bedroom, like going to stay at either Auntie's house or going to stay at Grandma's house, and a big soft bed that she brings in, okay, with loads of layers of, you know, either covers or duvets or blankets, but a really lovely bed, happy me. That's my kids' sauce on everything. So we're the opposite. My kids don't have anything like that. But yeah, she just know that if she's showing me all this about you, and I can't even see your picture, I don't know anything about you, so you've got to trust that spirit are here, giving you all this information, and they're using the feather to describe to you how easy it is to put life back together again. Then you must believe that they're with you, and you must know that they're around you and that they're influencing every part of your life. But you're getting ever so good at listening to them, Heidi, and picking up on the little subtle signs that spirit are around. So don't be surprised if you see an odd looking feather that will remind you of this one. It could just be a little one, but maybe brown and white or something. Your mum always nagged you about your hair. Okay, well, she's not stopped, okay? She's still doing it. She's still doing it, okay? Before I leave, just talking about a change in ways, a change in... Yeah, we shared a bed like that at my nan's. Oh, how lovely, how absolutely lovely. But she brings in a change in life, reassessing a diet or how we live our life, maybe quitting something, giving something up. But she brings that in as well. Okay, she's definitely got fluttering feeling in her chest as well, like maybe she had the odd little palpitation or something, but she brings that in as well. But also when I get that from spirit, or you know they're close, I know you'll know they're close, Heidi. When I get that from spirit as well, that tells me they're saying, oh, I'm excited, something's going to happen. A little bit of a flutter in the chest area tells me that they're, oh, something good's coming, just hang on in there, okay? Before I go, I keep saying before I go, and they give me something else. She shows me a bell. So I know there was either a significant bell, or someone used to call time in a pub, or you would understand a school teacher. When I get a bell, it can mean either of those things, and I can never decide which one it is or how to take it. So I'm going to give you them all. So just know that if you hear a bell or see a bell, that's this lady's sign that she's around you. But I know that someone would have called time in a pub, or someone would have gone to the pub and been told, come on, time to go home. But definitely time's up, ringing a bell. Okay, last orders. yes, she got anxiety sometimes, okay? She's not got, this is not an anxiety thing now, Heidi. Now that she's in spirit, she's actually shown me, my fluttering feeling in my chest is now because I'm happy and excited that something good is coming your way. And about time too, okay? Take her love, and I don't have to tell you that to be aware that she's around you, because I know that you know that, okay? So lots of love and blessings from Spirit, okay? Thank you, Heidi. It's always nice to see familiar faces on SPtv. They're always so devoted. That little clap was so her. Thanks, Jilly. We gave her a bell when she was ill. Oh, thank you, Heidi. Okay, that's good that she's bringing up the bell. That'll just be her way of being grateful that she got the bell to get attention. Okay, so that's lovely evidence. Thank you so much. I hope you're well, and I'll move on to the next person. Heidi, thank you so much. Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to, with Richard's help, tell you who's on tomorrow night. Okay, so we've got Bill Hughes, The Collective Consciousness, tomorrow night from 8 p.m, that's UK time. And again, it'll be live streamed on YouTube. And there's the YouTube below, youtube.com/Spiritual Psychics TV. That's a lovely picture. I like that. And all right, tomorrow night, Richard. Friday night, it's happy birthday to SPtv. Their 2-year anniversary. Richard just told me that will be 2 years that Richard's been doing this. So happy birthday to SPtv. So please tune in and you can all sing happy birthday. Okay. I'm going, well, you know what, Richard? Round of applause for Richard, everyone, because Richard's never had a day off in all that time. Not once has Richard not turned up. The only time that he hasn't appeared to help us do this was when someone else has cancelled. So he has always been here. And I can tell you that's devotion. I do what I do almost every single day of the week, and it is exhausting. So thank you, Heidi. I am seeing what you're putting up. She was spot on. You all know it won't take to make it. Oh, good for you. Good for you. Heidi, I didn't know that about you, but thank you, because I like someone that takes a message properly. So, yeah, well done, Richard, because, you know, the amount of readings that I've done, I know how many that I've done, and I can tell you, you can times that by 100 for some of the other mediums, and every single one of those messages has brought comfort to someone, as well as all the other things that happen. So if you times that by 2 years, the amount of people that have been touched by being comforted by a message, or sometimes put into fits of giggles and cheered up because of some of the hilarious things that go on, and that's really special. Especially, none of us would have thought would be sitting at home and maybe put in the direction of SPtv through lockdown and COVID. So there has been good things that have come out of a really bad situation, because I've met loads of lovely people through this channel as well. So good things come out of bad. But thank you for all being so supportive. And I really hope you'll come on Friday and say happy birthday. There's Veronica. Hi, Veronica. I made it. I'm on. Lovely to see you, Veronica. Hi, Joe Burnett. Hi, Joanne. It's lovely to see you. So, and hi, Kerry. Please remember to have a look at the feather pictures, okay? And I'll try and squeeze in. I'm going to get a little drink because I've been talking that much. Top, bottom. Okay, yep. Richard's talking lovely in my ear here. That doesn't happen very often in my life. A gentleman talking in my ear, although I did have a very strange proposition the other night. Sometimes when we do readings that happens. Bridget B, the black and white one at the bottom. Right, okay, let's go for it, Bridget B. Okay, if you don't mind, I've dropped my phoenix feather, and I have to pick it up, because if I don't, anybody that knows me knows I've got a crazy dog called Luna, and she will eat it. She runs about with feathers hanging out her mouth, as well as socks and other bits of underwear. This morning she ran out in the garden with a pair of socks. Well, one pink sock, and I was not going out in 2 foot of snow to get it back. Right, Bridget, okay. Right, Bridget B. Okie dokie. I have actually got to tell you, Bridget, that I have quite a stern person coming forward from Spirit. I feel that, not this person that I've got coming forward, I feel is either mother or grandmother to you, and strict but fair. That's the impression that I get with this person. They would have been strict with quite a few people, but I feel they had to be. I feel they perhaps had quite a hard life themselves growing up. So they came across to some people, you know, if you didn't know them well enough, as maybe being a bit fierce or a bit strong-willed, maybe a bit difficult to handle, okay? You get 10 out of 10, Bridget, I'm being told, for having patience with someone or being caring with someone before they pass to Spirit, okay? So I have to give you that, okay? Now, there would be the gentleman that you would know as well, who would be, because you've picked this, I'm going to come to it, everything's either black or white. There is no middle ground. No middle ground whatsoever. Perhaps you can be a bit like this as well, Bridget, where it's either one thing or another. There is no middle ground. But there is a situation going round about you where you're trying to see things from someone's point of view. Or we've got a situation where we need to see things from others' points of view, okay? I definitely get the Aries or the April connection in the family as well somewhere, Bridget, okay? Okay. Now, the lady that I've got stepping forward, I feel she loses a bit of weight before she passes to Spirit side, but she definitely my dog took my sock out. See how Spirit work? That is crazy. Your dog took a sock outside this morning too. Isn't Spirit amazing how they get you to the right person? Okay, that's fine. I know that I'm definitely with the right person. That's just too bizarre. All right, so come on, lady. Okay, now this lady gives me the impression of hard-working people in the family, like a family of worthy hard workers who took the job seriously, went out to work. But there would have been, she does talk about someone in her family who would have went to the pub a lot, like a man who would have really enjoyed going to the pub on a Friday after work, or you know, maybe had friends there. But I see dominoes getting played and maybe a little round of cards getting played. So this is of her era, definitely of her era, going on there. Okay. Now she shows me where someone hates going to the supermarket or finds it really overwhelming or stressful to go shopping. So I hope you can understand that, Bridget. If it's for yourself, then I know that perhaps you've got the anxiety. If not, it would be around about you where someone hates going to the shops or just refuses to go or finds it really stressful, even in normal times, hate going to the supermarket, hate having to do it. Too peoply, too noisy, too much going on, okay? I also want to get drawn to a younger person in the family who is not confident or has a few little issues going on as well, okay? Maybe their confidence is taken a knock. Perhaps there was a little bit of bullying went on, or they didn't get on well with some of the other kids at school. They could be growing up now, but I definitely feel a child who struggled within the education departments, okay? Okay. I definitely get a link to someone that had cancer, Bridget. I get a slow demise, a long lingering illness that caused lots of issues during the time that it was borne out. Okay, I do get that. Okay, now there you go. There's also a okay. I really feel that you would also please understand, with greatest respect, someone who perhaps had an educational dilemma, issue. Yeah, it makes sense a lot to get. Okay. There would also be someone who is perhaps dyslexic or dysgraphic or has trouble with numbers or letters or something. But I definitely feel like there was a struggle with someone. They had difficulties learning, or the writing isn't very good. 3 daughters. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Someone needs to put either a barrier cream or hand cream on their hands. I know that we're doing a lot of hand washing just now. Doesn't bother me. I've got hands of steel, but I know that someone would perhaps have a little bit of inflammation, or their hands feel a bit dry with all the washing that's been going on, or there would be a skin problem, a little bit of dermatitis or something like that, okay? Your lady here is telling me about the haircut from hell, like someone cut their own hair when they were younger, or took a pair of scissors to a sibling's hair. This is not just like, oh, I trimmed my hair and it wasn't quite what I wanted. This is like a really, you know, this should have been on Facebook. Someone who did a haircut that was pretty bad, okay? Now, I also get that you would understand a situation in a relationship where, how can I put this? A bit of worry and fear, or a relationship that was really bad. And this doesn't have to be for you. It would be in the family somewhere though, where the separation because we can't get along, okay? Again, I want to give thanks to you for going above and beyond for someone, for doing a lot of running about or putting yourself out for someone. I know that when someone passes, again, this is more people round the bedside this time. I feel like you would understand when someone is passing to spirit, if they opened their eyes, they would see, you want to use skin barrier in the hand. I know I'm on the right course then. Okay, so Bridget, this person gives me the feeling, yes, cut their own hair. I always want to see the pictures. I need the proof. It makes me laugh. But I know that this lady has shown me that when someone was beginning to make the transition to spirit side, if they opened their eyes, they would see someone at either side of them. They had someone on all sides. They didn't go on their own, okay? There would be a move of house coming up for someone as well. Not because, I don't know necessarily because they want to, maybe because they have to, or it's time to move on. But there is a moving, and it's a moving of possessions, a moving of lives. So there is definitely move coming around someone, okay? Okay, I know that with the cancer passing, not every cancer is like this, but I know that this one in particular, you could say it for quite a few, there is a drastic loss of weight, a rapid loss of weight. I know that the skin colouring isn't quite good with this person either. They don't look very well either. Have to give you that as well, okay? There would be links abroad as well. Someone would have left and gone abroad. I also get the name David or Davy or Davidson, but I definitely get the Dave sounding name at the start, okay? Okay. There is an unusual, you need to move, okay, that's fine, Bridget. Then I know that it will be quick. When it does happen, it will be quick, and everything will be packed up quite quick and gone. It will be a quick thing, so be prepared for that happening, okay? Now, Bridget, your lovely lady here is telling me about a time when someone didn't look and stepped out onto the road, or there was a near miss, or the dad and nan had cancer, okay? I really feel that you would understand the person that wasn't paying attention for the green light or the red light and went to step out, or there's a near miss, or someone had something happen. But I definitely see a set of traffic lights, and either a kid trying to run out or just about running out. So I'm going to give you that, okay? Like, you know, getting in a lot of trouble, or maybe having a wee bump of some kind, okay? I get March as well, for either birthdays, passings or anniversaries. The month of March would be significant. The name Elizabeth is getting shouted in as well, okay? Now I'm going to go down your feather, please, Bridget, and I'm going to show you your feather. This feather is a barbed turkey feather, and I got it from a friend who orders them in, and it comes from Canada. So I'll tell you straight away, the barbed part tells me someone is a little bit prickly. Someone is a little bit grumpy and difficult to talk to. I definitely feel that I want to speak about your father and say that perhaps he could be difficult due to his condition. Perhaps it was hard. He maybe tried to put a smile on and tried to be nice, but oh, I'm just not feeling well. So I know that I have to give you that. Apart from your father, someone in the family needs to do a lot of apologising for behaviours or harsh words or things that were done. But I really feel you owed an apology from someone. Big time, okay? Now, back to the feather. We'll go back to the feather again, okay? As you can see, it's black and white. When I get this feather, it tells me that you sometimes try to hide in plain sight. So what that means is you are forced to go out and socialise, or there are situations where you have to go somewhere, but you don't want to be a part of it. And I'm there, but I'm not engaging. I'm there, but these are not my people. So you would perhaps be dragged along to something, or have to go into work, or have to go to the shops, and you don't really like it. So you try to just hide away, but in plain sight, okay? You live in Canada. No wonder you picked that then. Okay, this is all, you know, your spirit family have got a really great way of getting me to the right person, okay? Your husband, all right, that's fine. So sometimes you just want to shy away, Bridget. Sometimes people are too much for you to deal with, you know, and you don't really want to engage with certain people. It's like I'm there and I have to be there, but I don't really want to be there. Now, I'll tell you how you get that with that feather. You know, when you get a pack of zebras, when you get, you know, a whole load of zebras, if there's about 10 of them, they stand together to confuse prey so that they can't tell how many are there. All the stripes together, and they use it on battleships to confuse the enemy as well, so that enemies couldn't tell how many ships were there. So this is what you're trying to do. You're trying to put across to people that you're fine. And, you know, I'm not telling you anything about me, because in the past you've been hurt and you've maybe trusted too much. But you're now in a situation where sometimes you're forced to go out and you're forced to socialise, but you don't really want to be there. So why do it? Why do it? Why not just say, I ain't going. These are not my people. If you don't feel comfortable with people, just don't do it. And I can tell you, I was the queen of going out and going, yeah, okay, I'll go. And then thinking, oh my goodness, I just want to go home. I don't like it. So I just started saying no to things. And it's liberating, Bridget. It's absolutely liberating. Try to live your truth. Try to live who you are, how you want to live. We're only here for a very, very short time. We can't spend it pleasing everyone else and putting ourselves in positions that we don't really want to be in. So perhaps 2021 could be the year that you no longer hide in plain sight. If you're going to go to something, you want to go to it to engage and be part of that situation. Otherwise, what's the point in going? You've got to buy something to wear, you've got to do your hair, when really you want to be in your gym jams, maybe with a tub of Ben and Jerry's, there are other ice creams available, and a blanket, and just watch something on the TV. Let those people do their thing. But what is it that makes Bridget tick? Find out what makes Bridget tick and do what you want to do, okay? Do what you want to do. Bridget, before I leave you, your lovely lady here, your Nan, is talking about a funny dog, the funny dog. Now, I've got a doodle. I don't know if you know someone that's got one of these kind of breeds of dogs that's not quite sure what it is, but there's definitely the funny dog. If not, someone wants one of these dogs, or there would be the person that's got the allergy who needs one of these anti-allergenic dogs, one of these dogs that you don't sneeze and wheeze with. But she does talk about the crazy dog. I see a dog spinning round and round and round and running about all over the place, or it might have a crazy name, but I definitely get the dog link as well, okay? Before I leave you, your dad has just said, time to take the knives out of your back. Stop letting people stab you in the back. He's quite tough about this and is determined that you open your eyes. Oh, you've got a little palm. How lovely. I do love a dog. Love a dog. But yeah, I don't know if this little doggy spins around and round and round, but I know that I'm seeing a little doggy spinning around. But Dad does say, toughen up, girl. Toughen up, especially with someone very close to you. Now, it could be someone you love dearly. We don't have to kick them to the curb, but definitely toughen up there, Bridget, because like I say, 2021 is going to be a better year. It really is going to be a better year, okay? Everyone that I've heard talking, saying, you know, time to get our chins up, this is a time to reassess life because of what's been going on with COVID, okay? Time to start living again, but living like proper humans, interacting with each other, hugging more, not now when we come out of COVID, but being more engaged in life. I have to give you a star in the sky as well. I don't know if you've referenced this star in the sky, or perhaps you've seen the Northern Lights. I'm not too sure, but there's something about the sky being very significant to you as well, Bridget, the wonder of the stars or the wonder of the moon, and talking to someone. And this lady is telling me she heard you talk to her about 3 nights ago when you were a bit upset about something. Something was getting to you about 3 nights ago, and she heard it. Do you have links to Scotland? I just got links to Scotland there. Perhaps there's an ancestor comes from my neck of the woods. I do hope so, but I definitely have to give you that as well, Bridget, okay? Please know that Nan was around you 3 nights ago when your mind was going to more upsetting things and you were a little bit stressed. Know that she was around you, bringing you love and comfort, okay? And something about dried flowers. I don't know what this is. Someone had a vase or a vase with dried flowers in it, okay? So, Bridget, just take the love from Spirit. And I'm looking at the time now, and it's 9:30. Is that my time, Richard? Oh, is he there? Oh, oh God, you made me jump out my skin. That's 9:30, Richard, okay? Yep, okay, thank you. Do you know, I just want, your great granny was from Scotland. Oh, I love it when a plan comes together. I sound like the A-team, but I love it when it comes together, when Spirit really nail it, and it all comes together. So I'm going to give you a little, from Scotland, Lang may your lum reek. That's from your great granny from Scotland, okay? Oh, bless you so much. Thank you, everybody, for watching. It was so lovely to be back. Just to say hello to everyone and just to do something a little bit different. The feathers are great because I can get through so many people doing the feathers. It just rattles out really, really quickly, and my hour and a half just flies in. But I hope I've got around a lot more of you. If you want to see a little bit more about what I do, go on to Jill and Norma Psychic Art page on Facebook, and we'll join you to the group. And we do all our own little things on there as well. We do giveaways and freebies and all sorts of different things. So it would be lovely to see some new faces there from all over the world. Bridget, join the page, say hello. We've got people there from Canada as well. I'm sure it'll be nice to say hello. Someone else from Canada, I think. So I'll just say good night to you, but you love my accent. I'm actually dialing my accent down, especially for you, because if I spoke how I normally speak, you would not understand one word. Well, if I was going to talk to you about my own language, this is how I would talk. I would say good night to you all. I hope you're all okay. I'm from a wee town called Arbroath, Scotland. I'm married. I've got 3 bairns. We call them quines and loons. I'm from the East Coast, a wee town called Arbroath, and we fish for smokies here. That's still a bit dialed down. If I was out on the high street talking to somebody, you wouldn't have kind of word I was saying, okay? But I hope you do like that accent. Please visit Scotland when all this is over, because you'll all be made very, very welcome. We've got beautiful scenery. Good night. Night, Kim. What a lovely smiley face on Kim. Night, Kim. Thank you for joining us this evening. Nice to see some from. Thank you to Richard and SPtv team for bringing us another amazing show. You're welcome, Michelle. Good night, Desiree. Thanks, Jilly and Richard. When will you be back? I'll do the odd spot here and there. Nice to come back and see you all. I hope I get invited back. Veronica's the one that'll get in touch with me, so I hope Veronica will get in. There's Veronica. How good am I? There's Veronica. Was that you, Richard? Did you put that up there when I said Veronica? Thinking, oh, I'm really in tune now. Lovely readings. Thank you, Veronica. It's always nice to speak to Veronica. She's such an organised person. She works so hard. Eileen Macy, there you go, Eileen. Hi, Eileen. Eileen's one of our group as well now. She pops on and says hello to us, don't you, Eileen? I think I had Eileen as a guest in one. I run Scotland is fantastic, Alison. I run a couple of development groups online, and we occasionally ask some random person to be a guest so that the group can try out their skills, what they've learned. So I teach 2 groups that do that. So if you fancy being picked as a winner in a competition, you can get a reading from about 6 trainee mediums. So good night, Ataya. Lovely to see you again. Okay. Nice to see some new names on here as well. There's a lot of new names from the last time that I was on. So always nice to see some new faces on. Please share as well. Don't forget to share it. Good night, Sally. I hope you're well. Okay. Bye, everyone. Don't forget to pop on and say hello on Friday. Bye-bye.